Now, the interview has started. Mr. Shoemaker, are you ready?
I've been ready.
Good. Now, the first question, why did you drop out from the governor national race against Governor Westmore?
Like I said previously, and out to the American people, I've decided that what's best for the region of Cambridge is someone who actually knows the region the best, someone who actually is more knowledgeable and has more information about the region. And as of right now, like I said, in the debate, I've been in the circle for only 1.5 weeks, so it's like I didn't know as much stuff as a governor should know, especially if he's trying to lead the region of Cambridge to greater opportunities, to greater success. So the true reason and the real reason that I dropped out is honestly because I wanted to do it for the American people. I know that I didn't know everything about the region, unlike Governor Westmore. He did, and that is why I dropped out. And that is why I will be back to run again. Don't know when, but I will be back to run again when I am more knowledgeable on the region. And we're gonna make it better than great. Can assure you that.
Okay. The next question. Why
I have the entire media just loves me. I mean, it's completely insane. But hey, I have been thinking about withdrawing and resigning as the United States Mayoral Conference chairman because I don't have the time for it. And again, I want to put it in the best hands, which means someone else would have to be leader until I have enough time to take on that role or position.
Now, how do you feel about losing the national title?
Well, to answer your question, I'm going to say this very transparently. I didn't lose the gubernatorial debate. I didn't lose it. Those who voted were just pure leftist Democrats who, majority of them didn't even show up to the actual debate. I mean, if you look at the call, there were majority more Republicans than there were Democrats. So, I mean, that says a lot as well. Not to mention Governor Moore barely made any good claims about anything I said. I mean, he bragged about how his region was the best. He bashed the Phoenix region. He said a lot of different things. A lot of controversy brought up between Governor Moore. And as for a Democrat, I wouldn't expect that. So I don't think I lost the debate. If people think that I did lose, well, hey, that's their opinion. They're entitled to it. That's their First Amendment. So hey.
Okay. Now, do you have any plans to run for the president of APRP?
I do not. As of right now, I do not.
As of right now, you do not. What are your feelings of Governor Westmore staying in office?
Look, I'll tell you how I think the new leadership of Cambridge needs to go. I would have won that race had it not been so filled with these lunatic, blue-haired Democrats. These Democrats that constantly support this man. And I'm not talking about all Democrats here, because there are some moderate Democrats in this circle. However, I'm talking to those blue-haired trans faggots who just keep going out there and constantly supporting and defending this man, no matter what he does, no matter what he says. I mean, like I said previously, they didn't even show up to the actual debate, and they already voted for him. It was completely insane. So my props goes out to Governor Westmore. I'm hoping that he has an amazing leadership. Statistically, he's not doing so good, but that goes for the entire country. So, hey, we're going to see what he can do with these next 4 years, and I'll definitely be interested in maybe running in the next 4 years, but we'll see.
Now, Mr. Shoemaker, there's been a lot of controversy on this, and that's you party hopping. Could you please explain what happened?
Okay. So what happened here? First of all, like I said, the media likes to make up all these different fabricated lies of who I am and what I do. But here's what happened. I got expelled about the third day of me being in the server. I got expelled. No, I expired like the fourth day. I got expelled from the Democratic Party because apparently the DNC chair said I didn't agree with anything they had going on. I didn't align with anything politically, which maybe I did. However, look what they're doing with our administration. Look what they're doing with government. They suck right now. I mean, the current president, he sucks. The current vice president, he sucks, dude. It's horrible. Absolutely garbage. So, I didn't party hop or anything like that. I switched to an independent once I got expelled, and I just fully transcended to a Republican.
So you're saying your views all along were Republican views?
Nope, that's not what I'm saying. Simply saying that I was always a moderate. I just tend to add more Republican views.
So is that why you call the Republicans blue haircuts?
I didn't call Republicans blue-haired. I called the Democrats that.
Oh, excuse me, Democrats. Yes. So what I'm hearing is when you switched over parties because you were forced out of the Democratic Party, you changed your views completely from like moderate Democrat to completely full Republican.
What?
Oh, wow. So what I'm saying is when you were forced out of the Democratic Party, did you change your views from moderate Democrat from complete Republican?
No, I've always been
So
a
you still
moderate.
have some Democratic views.
Excuse me, I'm speaking. I've always been a moderate, and I will continue to be a moderate. I share both Democratic and Republican views.
Now, as you said earlier in this interview, you dropped the F slur. What is your opinion on that word, and what do you think it means to you?
I'll put it like this: if you get offended by a word that literally has no meaning other than it being the identification of someone, then that's a serious problem. I think that you need to focus on your social skills. You need to focus on who you are as a person, because if you're okay with being it, you should be okay with people saying how they feel, how they want to express their opinion on who you are and what you are. Because by God, I mean, you got so many people. Actually, no, we're not going to get to that. Next question.
What is your opinion on the current president of this country?
I think he's doing a okay job. There's been a lot of horrible things he's been doing, considering his responses to our economic recession, his responses to these terrorist attacks, his responses to all these different things that are happening nationally. I mean, literally every region is suffering because of this economic recession, and even Governor Westmore brought it up in the debate that his region is failing and he's the top leading region. Also, one thing I want to mention about Governor Moore, he makes the statistics for his freaking region. So obviously they're going to be biased. Obviously he's going to be the one leading because he writes the statistics for that region. But To answer your question, I think that we need new leadership in office, whether that is Republican, Independent, or as of right now, I don't think we need more Democratic leadership, at least not now. But we definitely need new leadership, new, fresh leadership in office.
So, as you've said multiple times, you plan, once you get more knowledge of the region Cambridge, to rerun for governor. Is that right?
Excuse me?
You said in a recent interview with RSN, you said you plan to run for re-election, not re-election, for election for Cambridge governor once you get more knowledge of that region. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to change the ways you campaign? What I
No.
mean by that, are you going to have different slogans, different ways to push your way into office? Or are
Nope.
you having the same? You said no?
I said nope.
You
I'm gonna
said
say
no.
the same.
Gonna say the same. So how do you plan to win?
The same way I plan to win this time. Like I said, the only I swear to you, if the region of Cambridge wasn't filled with a bunch of lunatic Democrats, not all of them, some of them, we would have won this debate. Excuse me, we would have won this election by a landslide. It would have been completely insane. We won the primaries by 4 voters. I know that might not seem like much, but for me to come into the server with only a week and a half experience and to win a primaries for a gubernatorial election for the Republican Party, mind you, I've only been a part of the Republican Party for about 2 days now, and for me to win that is an amazing achievement, if I do say so myself. I mean, at the RNC chair, literally come in and support me, literally come in, endorse me. I mean, although that's his job, but he still showed up, which is amazing, and which is why I strongly believe in the Democratic Party. Excuse me, the Republican Party.
Okay. How are you, excuse me, do you plan to change the ways you debate?
Wait, I want to respond. I want to respond to Mayor Attorney Audrey Jackson. Audrey Jackson, formerly known as the mayor of Washington. I want to respond to her. I think she's doing an amazing job, but the fact that she comes for me the way she comes for me is completely insane. I personally do believe, Audrey, that we would have won by a landslide had it not been for some lunatic Democrats.
Oh well. He's muted. That's great. All right, he's unmuted. Okay, so you said lunatic.
Wait. What is Audrey talking about? What is Audrey? What does she mean? This is an IRP. What did she talk about?
I think it means in roleplay. Now, tell me.
Yes. Wait. What does Audrey mean? This isn't roleplay. What is she talking about? This is what this interview is about, isn't it?
Yes.
General isn't. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, my apologies. My apologies, Audrey. My sincere apologies. Next question.
You said on the last question, you said something about you would have won by a landslide if it wasn't for some Democrats. Now, do you mind naming those Democrats or why?
Well, again, I'm not going to go list by list naming different Democrats who will automatically vote Democrat, okay? However, what I will say is this. I believe there needs to be new leadership in the Democratic Party. One thing the Republican Party has shown is that we do have strong leadership. We do have strong connections to each other. And then another thing that I noticed was there were also Republicans that voted against me, that endorsed the opposite party, endorsed the opposition, which I am perfectly fine with. Again, I've been in this server for a week and a half, but I just think it's very interesting to me that there was more Republicans in call during our debate, but there was far much more Democrats voting for who won that debate, and most of them weren't even in call.
So you're saying the debate is rigged?
Nope, that's not what I'm saying. If the people think that I lost the debate, then that's what the people think, and I'm not going to change anything about that.
Okay, so you said when you dropped out, the reason you dropped out is because you don't have knowledge about Cambridge yet. Did you have that in your
I said
mind
I
when you
wasn't informed. Whoa, hold up, buddy. I said I wasn't informed enough about the region of
don't have
Cambridge
knowledge?
yet.
Yeah, you don't have knowledge. So, did you know that when you started? Did you have
Excuse
that
me,
in your
sir.
mind
I
when you started
whoa.
to learn? Oh,
Let's get
wow, I
something
just
straight.
missed your call.
Let's get something straight right here. If you're
Okay.
gonna try to do this Democratic lunatic news
Calling somebody
strategy
who
against
owns.
me and try to sneak talk some stuff in, okay? Let's not do that, okay? Because I would shut your thing down. I'm Mayor of Washington, buddy. Don't do that.
Mayor of Washington. Now, did you have that you didn't have whatever you call it? I say knowledge, you say something else. But did you have that in your mind when you began your campaign that you didn't know if you
Well,
were
again, like I said, I
good?
didn't think the Democratic Party was so sucked up. And what I mean by that is I didn't think the
Oh, wow.
Democratic, excuse me, one second. I didn't think the Democratic Party would automatically vote blue regardless of the person that Governor Moore was running against. I mean, like I said, I did admit that I briefly went through my policies and plans for the region of Cambridge. However, Governor Westmore brought up how his region was entirely better than the region of Phoenix. And my thing is, as a governor, you should want the entire regions to succeed, which would better our country socially, politically, economically. And again, we are in an economic recession. We can admit that. We can admit that leadership has been showing that it's just not good enough. And regardless of who is in office, we have got to come together to find ways to fix that solution.
Do you have any current ideas how to fix that solution? Anything on your mind?
Again, like I said, I don't have plans to run for PUTAs or be PUTAs or anything like that. But I can say this, similar to what I did with Jackson, we can, like I said, partner with small businesses, because if you start off with small businesses and if you help them early on, they would eventually grow into large corporations that obviously we would need to tax to make it fair for the economy, to make it fair to our consumers, right? So again, start with small businesses, promote that, advertise, brand, do whatever you got to do to promote and create new jobs, which would eventually make our economy stronger. It will add more money to our economy. It would hopefully, this is not guaranteed, but it will hopefully reduce our debt, reduce our deficit. So just little things like that. An economic boom would be amazing. We need to implement job training, placement program to help unemployed residents. Again, unemployment is a huge thing in our country, especially in the server. And I think that if you implement job training programs and stuff like that, that would encourage. And again, I mentioned this in the debate as well. Start the youth early on with learning economic terms, learning what is a W-12, learning what is a retirement plan, learning what does it mean to be an entrepreneur, what does it mean to advertise and market, and all these different things. If you start them off early, they will be so much more advanced than everyone else when it comes to graduating from college and starting that adulthood.
Oh, wow. So, do you have any idea? Did you like the style of the debate? Excuse me. Did you like the style that the debate was moderated in? There's been lots
Absolutely.
of
I don't think nothing was wrong with it.
there's been lots of people saying we need a new moderator, and I don't really have my take on
Like I
that. I would
said,
be
I
curious.
would still be down to do another debate, even though I dropped out of the race. I don't have a problem with debating Governor Westmore again. He's done pretty good in that debate. So we can have a new moderator, Democrat, liberal, conservative, moderate, independent, Republican, whatever. We can have a whole other debate. But what good is it going to do considering uh, that I am no longer running for governor?
All right.
But I'll be perfectly fine. Hell, you could even be the moderator if you want to, but I'll be perfectly fine with debating him again.
Okay, we could talk about that after this interview. I would like that. Now, if we're talking in economic terms, we're in a political crisis, political economical crisis, like you said, and you said you've had not big plans, as you're not the president of the United States, to fix it, but you said you've had an idea, like you said. Oh wow, he's gone. He'll be back. Trust. There he is. Oh, I'm not the moderator on this. All right, let me pull him back up. There we go.
My bad about that. They can press something.
So you said you kind of have concepts of a plan, but you don't need to worry about it at the moment because you're not the president of the United States. But when you are in office, do you think, or if you do run, do you think that this problem will be resolved by then with our current
What, this economic recession?
the economic recession?
Well, again, you do have to understand how this economic recession came into place. I mean, we had a Democratic president and a Democratic VPUTIS in office when this did occur. So, again, I'm not going to guarantee you that if I were to become president or governor, that it will instantly fix. This is a thing that happens over time to settle. You can sign as many executive orders as you want. You can partner with as many local businesses as you want, but it's not a guaranteed way to fix it. However, it is a strong solution to fixing these problems.
Okay. Do you believe in the First Amendment?
That is a very intriguing question. Yes, I do believe in the First Amendment. However, one thing I will say: don't say stupid stuff. Let me put it this way: if you say stupid stuff, expect a stupid answer.
Oh, okay. I kind of agree with that. But in how do I say this? There's been people, not just Cody who's in here, but other people from different places that have accused you of taking away their First Amendment right when you owned servers or were the president in servers. How are you going to respond to that? Or how do you clear it up?
I'll say this: for those of you who feel that I've oppressed your First Amendment, do something about it. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and my governorship, my mayoralship, my presidency, and other servers have clearly shown that I'm for everyone, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of ethnicity. That I am for everyone. That yes, we can disagree, yes, we can argue, but at the end of the day, I would not be taking any amendments, any constitutional rights, or anything like that, regardless of what anyone has said. I guarantee you that that is not something I'll do.
Why do you think the debate you had with Westmore was so aggressive from both parties?
Well, again, I believe it wasn't necessarily aggressive. We both had to stand our ground because we both were entering new territory. I didn't speak to Governor Moore uh, verbally ever, but for that debate, so I was testing the waters and seeing who he was as a person and how we debate.
Oh, wow.
I'm back. What'd you say?
I was letting you finish your little.
Oh, I was done.
Oh, you're done. Okay. Now, I was going to say this. Why did you leave the state of Jackson to become a mayor in Washington? And not just that you left Jackson, but the way you left Jackson was not in the best condition, even though you wished it.
Actually, I don't know what you're talking about. We signed multiple executive orders. One thing that I promised to the Mississippians and the residents of Jackson that I would never leave you in a worse shape than I got you from. So, I mean, I don't know if you've been keeping up with what I've been doing with
Oh, I have.
Jackson. I've been doing amazing. I mean, with my executive orders, the channel got it deleted, but I've been doing amazing with Jackson. I left it in a far much more better condition than it was. We signed multiple executive orders related to crime, related to poverty, unemployment, uh, the economy. We signed multiple executive orders that reduced poverty, reduced crime, increase a better economy, a stable economy, the quality of our education. All these different things happen under my leadership.
So, what's your opinion on people who call you stupid in political knowledge and say you don't have what it takes to lead a political office?
Like I said, dude, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to press you over that. However, my history shows that I do a very good job at leading.
Okay, this comes to the end of the interview. Would you like to make a statement to close it out?
To those out there, I would like to say this. Regardless if you don't like me politically, socially, whatever, I am for you, I am with you, and I would never give up on you. You can bet your ass on that.
Is that all?
Absolutely.
Would you like to take questions from the people or no?
Would I like to take questions from the people? Sure, we can take a couple.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, back. Now, who has questions in the audience? There's a lot of them. Somebody has
There's only 2 people in this call.
No, somebody has a guest that he asked a lot of questions, not that there's a lot of people. Very close debate. Here we go. Oh gosh, Keelan's here.
Good grief. Good grief. Is someone going to ask a question or what? Very busy person, Drew. Please. Hurry up.
Okay, we're gonna invite him up to the stage.
Whoa. Who are we inviting up to the stage? Make sure we got some protection before you bring them up here, because these people are crazy. Have Secret Service plus the National Guard. Because, by God.
Okay, ask your question.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I see that this is a sports, Roblox sports and news. Sure. Um,
Excuse me, Alan. Does he not know what's going on?
Does he?
I just had a small question for you, Mr.
Well,
Shoemaker.
again, this is not about
Uh,
sports.
so, okay, I get that. It's about your mayoral thing. Isaiah gave you a short briefing. Anyways, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by this imbecile up here named TJ Shoemaker.
Get him off the stage. Get him off the stage.
Drew, my
I'm not
question
answering any
is,
questions from him.
well, the
Get
question
him off
wasn't
the
for you in the
stage.
first place. Drew, I have a question for you.
I'm not taking questions. I'm moderating
Oh.
or interviewing.
Well, Drew, since Mr. Shoemaker doesn't want to answer the questions, I'm going to ask you to ask Mr. Shoemaker to ask you to tell Timmy my question. My question is, why is the increase on Donald Trump's tariffs so bad? That's for you, Mr. Shoemaker.
Again, I don't know why he's bringing up Donald Trump, and we're talking about a mock Discord server. But
I mean, I get that you talk about it. I'm get that you talk about it in
this
my
guy, I
Discord
don't even.
server.
I don't even
You
think
didn't.
this
You
guy
didn't. Well, you
knows
didn't.
what
Well,
he's
you didn't
talking
answer.
about.
Well, you didn't answer my DM, so I thought I'd ask you in person.
Again, I was doing an interview, so that's why I was not answering your DMs.
Right. So I came to the interview to ask you the question, and you're dodging it.
I'm not dodging your
Yes, you are.
question, sir.
Hey, could you just answer the question, please? It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Could you just answer the question why you don't agree with Donald Trump raising tariffs? I don't think it's
I
that hard. Yeah.
don't agree with Donald Trump economically, especially on tariffs, because it is a huge downgrade and a huge disappointment
How
on the
so?
lives and the affordability of the American people.
How so?
Donald Trump has claimed on his campaign trail that the tariffs, he even said himself that the tariffs in the short term will cause prices to rise. But he
Hmm.
said In the
In
long
the short
term,
term,
it would be a long-term success.
it
My
will.
thing is this:
Hmm.
does the benefits outweigh the negatives of the situation? And I don't think it does.
Well, it absolutely does. Can I explain to you
Well,
why?
that's your opinion.
Well, can I explain to you why? Because
Well, either
you
way,
seem a little,
that's not going
you
to change
seem a
my,
little
that's not going to
misinformed.
change my
You-
opinion. But sure, go ahead.
Right. So for the sake of your pride, ego, and opinion, you're going to ignore the facts of the situation.
I just said you could go ahead.
Right. So you said that regardless of what I say, is going to change your opinion. Well, that doesn't really matter that much to me. Um, but I would like to say for those of you that are here who are kind of unaware as to how the economic plan is going to work, let me elaborate. All right. First of all, America, realistically, you can go look this up. These are real statistics, real statistics. And I mentioned it to Mr. Shoemaker earlier in DMs that America on vehicles can it well Drew, I'm gonna ask you. Drew, can you tell me how much is import tax for vehicles is for America?
Said how much is import tax?
Yeah, dude, just like for vehicles, for cars, planes, vehicles. How much is that for America? How much is that import tax? Can you tell me? Can you tell me off the top of your head?
It's 2
Off
point.
the top of your head.
I have no idea. Off the top of my head, I really don't.
Okay. Mr. Shoemaker, off the top of your head, could you tell me?
Nope, couldn't.
2.5. How much is the European import on vehicles? Can either you tell me that?
Nope.
10%.
Okay.
Let me say that again. Our import rate for vehicles is 2.5.
Okay. He lagged out. Next question, please.
I think that's all because we can't really have questions relating to.
I said, who's losing money in that? Us or them? Why is nobody answering my question?
Because you're lagging out.
I'm lagging?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I'll finish this up when I get home. Mr. Shoemaker, you can continue to run your little scheme over here, but don't worry. We're going to dismantle that. Continue
Scheme.
being willfully
Okay.
ignorant and an idiot.
He's always been a
Oh,
joke. He
wow.
always will be a joke. That's why no one takes him
Type,
seriously.
oh wow, type your question, Isaiah. I noticed that you seem to react to the.
We're not answering that question.
Oh
Is
wow.
that all?
Yes, that's all the questions.
Alrighty. I want to thank you personally, Drew, for this amazing opportunity for me to be on your show, for me to be on your podcast, your network. I want to thank the American people who tuned in tonight, those who asked their questions, those who viewed, those who listened in. I want to thank Governor Westmore. I want to thank the server owners, the FEC Commission. I want to thank everyone who went out and voted. Amazing server that this place is. Proud to be a mayor of Washington, D.C. Proud to be the United States Mayor Conference leader. And yeah, I think that's all.
All right, that's all.